And we're off on the race just in time with the bingo card up. Take a look during series station and find a row column rating that you would pick for your opponent. I know, even though we haven't shown it on the restream yet, both runners have chosen the same row as Bugs Can't Hide has seen, which is row 3. 125 missiles, defeat Draygon, screw attack Spazer, and wreck ship reserve tank. That is a lot of collection, a lot of running around, and not going to be a short run at all. The good news is there's a few fairly easy rows to pair with row 3. Since they're doing pretty much everything. Immediately, I look at column 1 and think 15 power bombs and 20 supers is pretty trivial to get. Space jump is free after Draygon. Brinstar reserve is pretty easy. So that might be a choice that our runners take. Kipp getting out of series with a 45. Freyas gets out with a 43. No, top left, bottom right is scary because it means you have to go down and kill Ridley. And you almost always in a dab match want to avoid killing both Ridley and Draygon, because that will almost always be a very slow route. Oh, top right, bottom left. Okay, I know my directions. Let me get out my chart, check out what's right and what's left. Yeah, that one's not bad either. Since they need to get screw attack anyway. Norfair map is pretty free. And high jump isn't going to play a big part in their route, given that they're doing mostly Meridia. Yeah, ideally they'll do a single Norfair or a single wreck ship visit. Although it's entirely possible that they'll choose to do 2 wreck ship visits. We see Freyas catching up with some Moonfall tech there, getting down that climb shaft a little bit quicker than Kipp. Yeah, I agree, and I think that will. I know both of these runners are capable of high jumpless lava dive, but I don't know that either would want to do that route. It's incredibly dangerous, and certainly be much riskier than some of the other choices. But I think the lava dive to grab screw attack and then head over to wreck ship is a good route. Looks like Kipp's going to grab these Brinstar missiles. We'll see if Freyas picks up the criteria map station. Could be column 3 is not too bad. It would just be defeating Spore Spawn on your way through Brinstar, and of course grabbing the criteria map station. So Spore Spawn, and then finding an elevator after killing Draygon. Which there's a few of them you can go to. Yeah, but they'd have to find Flute, Z-Tar Wars, and getting Flute to get over to Meyer, can be tricky. Flute and Titan's Mitts. That's a lot of key items to find before just to avoid that lava dive. We see Kipp doing the very smooth behemoth climb. Freyas heading into Bomb Terizo. Neither runner went in to get the criteria map station, so either they're going to come back for it or they're not doing that row or column. Kipp opening that that Chozo ball with a missile. Some nice swag there. The worst part about row 3, honestly, is having to pick up Spacer. Freyas heading out of BT, going up Alcatrazing out of that area, saving a few seconds, and then bombing these blocks to get over to their first E-tank. I have no idea. This is about the only thing that would ever be relevant, and I doubt anybody has timed it. Looks like Kipp is heading down, going to pick up these criteria missiles, and we'll see if he does anything else down here. Freyas, on the other hand, is heading over to Green Brinstar, basically following the standard beginning of every route, which honestly, I think there's a lot of value in just doing your standard early game until you figure out exactly what you're doing. There's very few things that you can miss in the early route that punish you severely and you have to come back for. Okay, fine. There's also 100 missile RTA. You will have to ask somebody who actually runs that if that strategy is faster. Yeah, Spacer's entirely on the way. I am completely joking. I just don't like Spacer. It's not very far out of the way at all. It's basically a free tile, and they'll want to get it anyway, just for firepower. Hating Spacer is a meme. I'm a memer. Oh man, you're right. I need to repent. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop memeing right now. Alright, there is Brinstar Reserve for FreyasSpirit. Kipp just getting into early supers. Kipp did a few extra missiles on his way down there, so he's going to go ahead and get the reserve before going up and getting his supers. Oh man, feels bad, man. Wants somebody besides me on commentary. I see how it is. All right, Freyas heading into Big Pink. We'll see. She didn't get criteria map. I'm sort of surprised that they're not considering column 3, but she's going to go ahead and pick up, or sorry, they are going to go ahead and pick up these missiles. I believe that puts FreyasSpirit at 20 missiles. Kipp is at 30, I believe. Yo, Peach, thank you. Hi, I got some fans. You guys are nice. Melissa, you're just being nice because I played your Super Mario Maker level, which is a lie, by the way. Totally don't need to spin jump. Freyas picking up Charge Beam. They will want that just for comfort. Also means they won't soft lock at places like Botwoon or GT if they happen to want to pick up those supers. I expect both of our runners to head down and kill Kraid first. But we'll see if one of them wants to route in a double wreck ship visit. Yeah, but missiles, you know, just because they pick up a lot doesn't mean they'll have a lot going into bot wound, and they don't do a ton of damage. Yeah, double bowling is pretty terrible. We do see Freyas going down. They're likely going to pick up Spazer and then head to Kraid. We'll see if having Spacer throws off their Kraid quick kill at all. I doubt it, but it is a little bit different than old route. I'm not sure if they run new route or old route. I know Kipp runs new route at this point, or well, he runs more low percent ice than anything. Kipp is heading up. Interesting choice. He might be just grabbing power bombs before heading down. Oh, barely makes that backup up red tower. Really nice Kraid entrance by Freyas. They used 3 supers to kill those blocks so they could just run right through. We do see Kipp picking up power bombs here. We'll see if he heads back down or if he continues to wreck ship. Gonna pick up some more missiles. Well on his way to those 125 missiles that they both need. You know, that's an interesting thing that you point out. It does kind of make sense. You can always, you know, deviate from that on top of it. He is heading up, though, going to pick up some additional power bombs. And they're, you know, since they're going to have to go through Meridia, and they're going to have to get Screw Attack, there's definitely 5 missile packs along that route for them to pick up. That's easier. Very nice, great quick kill by FreyasSpirit as well. The only downside would be if there were, for instance, 8 missile packs that were very much in the way, but not in the 100 missile RTA route, and you could have gotten, for instance, I don't know, I don't know the 100 missile RTA, but perhaps you could have gotten the precious missiles, which are faster to get than the blue Brinstar missiles by the Ceiling E-Tank. This is definitely not rando. Doing rando with bingo would be a little bit ridiculous. Kipp going. He did indeed pick up power bombs and head down, so he's going to go pick up his Spacer now. So Freyas right now is a little bit ahead in the route, but Kipp has picked up a few more missile packs and power bomb packs. Those power bomb packs means he'll be able to get these Kraid missiles if he'd like to pick them up. It also means he can lava jump. I actually really like this routing decision by Kipp, because it means he can go down to Lower Norfair without killing Croc. Freyas, if they want power bombs in order to get into Lower Norfair, will need to go kill Croc. She'll pick it up. Sorry, they'll pick it up on the way back. They're definitely not going to skip it. There's just, you're going to run right by it, so just get it on the way out. For some people, picking up that E-Tank messes up their timing for killing the Geemer or the Sova. Yeah, I don't think they're doing top left, bottom right. I would be really surprised if anybody decides to go kill Ridley. Now that we're 2 for 2 on Kraid quick kills, no prom for Kraid. Freyas can go ahead and pick up these cathedral missiles. That is the troll spot for first power bombs in the Rando League randomizer. I don't know if it actually happened at all in the league, but it was possible. Sorry, I keep reading that as top left, bottom right, because usually people do either top left, bottom right, or bottom left, top right. Yeah, you're right. Freyas has definitely locked themselves out of bottom left to top right, and we'll see if Kipp does the same, or if he decides to do that high jumpless lava dive. I know Kipp has been running a lot of GT RTA actually recently to practice for Dab. Yeah, that's true. It did happen early on when it was almost like plando logic for your power bombs. Anyway, in the GT RTA strats, you definitely do that high jumpless lava dive, and he's got a really nice GT classic time as well. So we'll see if he picks up the boots or if he's just here for the A-Tank. It appears Kipp is not skipping his favorite item. Gonna pick up those high jump boots. Neither runner doing row 1, column 5, or bottom left, top right. Freyas now is in the game. Is in the room I consider the worst room in the game. Double chamber. I just. It feels like you always make big mistakes in that room. Freyas making it look easy though. Picking up wave. Freyas can no longer skip wave beams, so they are definitely not doing column 3 or row 4. Oh, very nice backup strat by Freyas, wall jumping off that Namahe and then off the platform as well to get through. Very smooth. I expect Freyas will head down towards Croc now. They will need power bombs in order to get down to Lord Orfair. It's also possible that Freyas just heads up to wreck ship. And there we go. They are not heading down to Croc. They are stopping and then deciding, no, not going down to Croc. Am I confident in my own match? No. I have already made it further than I ever expected to in this tournament. So everything at this point is gravy. I am looking forward to racing Derp. He's a fantastic runner and does a ton of randomizers and knows a lot of good routing, which makes his dab very strong. It's gonna be a fun match, and I'm looking forward to it. Looks like Freyas is essentially just going to run a modified old route, go up to wreck ship after getting this, and then come back down to lava dive to get screw attack. I don't think that's a bad choice at all, because you're going to you're basically just running a route that, oh wow, really nice ledge grab, red tower, getting that shot and down grab. That is not an easy strategy to get. Oh, unfortunately getting eaten by the Samus Eater. This is a pretty troll room too. If you mess up the initial D boost, it feels like you just can never quite get it up. Kipp also picking up wave beam, so our runners are going backwards. They went from having 5 or 6 tiles to having 3, but they now have a lot better movement and maybe can quickly pick up the rest of the tiles that they need to win. We'll see now if Kipp heads down. Oh, he's gonna pick up the at least the missiles on the way to the Norfair Reserve. I don't think Norfair Reserve was anywhere in here, so probably not going to pick that up. But maybe pick up the second missile pack that's behind this. Oh, picks up the reserve too. Might just want that for safety. Lower Norfair without a lot of E-tanks is a pretty dangerous thing to do. Oh, Freyas unfortunately getting stuck in that block. Has to redestroy. He's gonna have to either short charge before it. We'll get up there. All right. Oh, all right. Third tries the charm. Yeah, it is a winner's match. There's this, and we'll be in the final four. So there's this and 3 more winners bracket matches to go. Freyas picking up those moat missiles, well on their way to that 100 missiles they need. In fact, sorry, right. Well, they need 100, and then they need 25 more. After this match, Azure, there will be a pair of top 4 matches. A pair? Get it? Kipp going into Lava Dive here. Much easier with high jump, definitely not free. He's gonna line up those flames, despawn them. First try, nicely done. And Freyas picking up these missiles on the left part of main shaft. Getting them before turning on the power makes this much easier. You know, maybe we should talk about the seeding of the tournament, Asher. Yeah, I definitely think saving before a Green Gate glitch is a smart idea. He's only got 5 supers, so make sure you get it. Like getting this first try definitely won't win you the match, but not saving. Okay, and he gets the first try, of course. Not saving and missing it, and would lose you the match pretty quickly, taking that 20-minute time loss. All right, and Kipp has got his screw attack. Oh, FreyasSpirit missing that X factor. The most dangerous part about this is these particles will fly around right until you get a mid-opening, just like that. So not only do you miss the damage on Phantoon, but then you can't do the next round either unless you get a slow. Yeah, one of them has to do row 3 from 1 to 5, and one of them has to do row 3 from 5 to 1, which is actually an interesting thought. Have we ever done like a bingo where you have to do them in order? I'm not even sure that would be possible on most bingo cards. There would definitely be rows that were not possible. Like you have to get Wreck Ship Reserve before getting Spazer. Oh, that would be so, have to get 125 missiles before you can get Draygon. That'd be kind of interesting. Very nice Phantoon fight by Freyas. They didn't have too much trouble there. Bit of a hiccup with those opening X factors, but cleaned it up very nicely. Yeah, I think you'd have to do single bingo, and you probably couldn't do anti-bingo with it, because I feel like there'd be some bro calmer that would be just impossible if you assigned it. Like row 1, you just couldn't do from left to right. Or sorry, that's not true at all. I know where my items are. Yeah, anything with a finish score in the middle of the row wouldn't work. You'd have to probably change the bingo algorithm to make it a little bit more reasonable. Oh, Freya's doing a really nice strat with a spark in the attic to clear out all those enemies without using ammo. Unfortunately, a little bit low for the atomic. And it looks like she's going to go get the worker robot missiles over here. Azure, would you say there's no way you could do a finish square? The great thing about Dab is there's no way for us to know who's at the lead. What? I thought that was pretty good. They may be doing different paired rows or routes. So it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell who's in the lead. Kipp definitely has more missiles, but Freyas is all the way through most of Wreck's ship. Just needs to pick up their gravity suit and the E-tank. Or not the E-tank, but the reserve tank. You know what it meant. I've definitely done horizontal goop sparks several times. Freyas is pretty low on energy here. I don't know what they have in their reserves, but hopefully they can get some energy drops here. Oh, they have 100 in their reserves. They should be fine. Oh, and they get a nice short charge to do bowling spark, which should get them all the way over. Yep, plenty to spare. Although they do need some energy to get up to get the reserve tank. I think 64 is more than enough. But I haven't gotten here with low energy that often. I just don't run categories that get it. A left side full halfie. Like after you get through the door transition or before you leave the vertical room? Alright, Kipp coming into Phantoon, just... Okay. That's more reasonable, at least. If you sparked left in Coliseum, that would have been a little bit ridiculous. Kipp does need to be a little bit careful here. He's only got 63 health, although I think his reserves are full. So he should have plenty of extra. I am not sure how many missiles. I know Kipp has at least 100. And I know Freyas has at least 60. 63 health of Vari is like having 90 tanks. Yeah, but are they full E-tanks? In any case, Kipp cleans it up and ends up with more health than he went in with, so that's always good. Freyas picking up their gravity suit. And gonna get these bottom missiles here. Or RBO. Azure. Let's not forget that. Although doing full halfy and RBO would be pretty impressive, you know. What, you don't get full halfy and RBO? It's time to practice, I think. Hey, we'll get to see exactly how many missiles FreyasSpirit has. They have 90. All right, 35 more for FreyasSpirit to get. I still am not really sure which Rokalm or Draygon they're going to be doing. I don't believe Freyas got both wreck ship super missiles, and also they can't do column 2. That's true. That is true. I was sort of postulating column 1 as well. We know they can't do column 2. They can't do column 3. They can't do column 5. They can't do column 4. So we're running out of options. They can't do row 1. They can't do row 4. So we're left with column 1, row 2, which seems terrible. Row 5, which might be okay. But they would have gotten criteria map at this point. It's sort of interesting that they didn't pick up the right side supers. He has Wave Beam and Speed Booster, so he cannot do column 2. Unless I'm missing something. I mean, technically they could do column 2 if they reset back to a point where they didn't have those things, but I think that would be not very efficient. I guess they're planning on getting Adakun supers and supers in Meridia at some point, so they didn't worry about getting direct ship supers. This has been fantastic routing by both players. It'll likely come down to whether or not getting screw attack before going up to wreck ship is a big enough time save. But Freyas is doing very well. Is keeping that distance ahead of Kipp. And really the only difference is that Kipp went down to lower Norfair first and picked up some missiles before Norfair. And Freyas is almost at their 125 missiles already. Oh, beautiful speed keep to kill those side hoppers. Those are some annoying frogs for sure. Looks like Kipp's going to refill as well. We get to see his counts, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Looks like he is 2 missile packs shy of getting his 125 missiles. This bingo card has been slow to fill up, but it's about ready to just blow up here. They've got most of their stuff that they need. Looks like Kipp's going to get criteria peeps. That'll likely be his 15 power bombs that he's getting. Is there another name for it? Is it called something else? I thought it was like because you're keeping your blue suit speed thing. Temporary blue suit. Temp blue. That's a terrible name. Alright, Kipp got his power bombs. He'll get Bot Wound Energy Tank, he needs to get 2 more missile packs and 2 more super packs on the way to defeat Draygon, and then he's done. So he isn't going to do any Brinstar cleanup. Yep. If they are doing column 1, then that is correct. That is what Freyas needs. And I'm guessing that they are planning on getting the power bomb pack in the sand pit on the way to screw attack. I really like this routing by Kipp, like just picking up Criteria Supers, not doing any other Brinstar cleanup. That is 125 missiles for FreyasSpirit, and they will try to be avoiding every other missile pack they come across. Yes, Criteria's PB. Sorry. All the items are basically the same. All the enemies are frogs, and all the items are missiles. Am I right? Oh, a couple of particles, just missing Bot Wound on that X Factor. So they're going to have to wait out that particle, and there it goes. Now, a few more supers, and Bot Wound will be dead. Looks like Kipp's going to get Beach, supers, and missile. I wonder if Crab Super, Aqueduct, because he's going to need Aqueduct Super as well. But getting Crab Super and then Aqueduct missiles and Super, and then Precious missiles would have been faster. But Kipp's a better runner than I am, so I think he probably is not making a big mistake. And really nice full halfie by FreyasSpirit. That is very tight timing window in order to get through there with a charged Shine Spark and be able to jump up a little bit and use the spark before getting through. All right, and here comes Draygon for Freyas. Gonna set up. I thought she might be setting up Rain Dance, but looks like instead. Sorry, I thought they were going to be setting up Rain Dance, but instead they are just practicing their Shine Sparking before Draygon appears. There's 125 for Kipp, and 20 supers. And really nice Draygon kill from Freyas. And really nice Sneck kill from Kipp. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. So Freyas might be thinking of getting the Lower Norfair PBs, since they need to pick up Screw Attack. They could go in and get the GT supers. They don't have to care about fighting GT, they just get the supers. Yeah, I believe that is a... Kipp getting the halfie, unfortunately, not the full halfie. Yeah, this is an amazing time. This is way faster than I thought this row would be. All he has left is picking up Space Jump after defeating Draygon. And this is going to be like a 41 something. That's a lot faster than I thought this row would get. Got it. And Kipp is setting up a rain dance. And 2 good sparks on Draygon. Doesn't have to worry about blue suit, doesn't care about it. And Kipp has finished an official SRL time of exactly 41 minutes. I believe if you rewind the tape that I said he would finish with a 41. And I didn't mean like a 41 anything. I meant exactly 41 minutes, which is exactly what he finished in. FreyasSpirit, on the other hand, is heading down to Lower Norfair. Not much left for them either. They don't have to worry about lava dive. They don't have to worry about really anything. They could actually go the slow way if they miss the green gate glitch and kill GT if they wanted, but it'd be a little bit slower. All they really have to do is go through and get those GT supers. I hope I see 11 here just to confirm that Frey has picked up 3 super packs. Okay, yeah. So Freyas has 15 supers and 15 power bombs, which means if she picks up the GT supers, that'll be their last pickup. This will set up the final 4 with Kipp and Sloters facing off in a super hype match of 2 top runners, and then myself taking on the heavily favored TG Derp in my match. Should be a good show for all. And we still have quite a few people left in the lower bracket. This tournament has really picked up some steam in the last week or so after GDQ ended. Nice green gate glitch from Freyas. Getting their screw attack. And just needs to run in and grab these missiles to be done without having to fight GT. And GG to FreyasSpirit, who finishes with an official SRL time of 43:55. Super good time on this row too. Like that's a fantastic time for a really tough row. GG to both our runners. Make sure, by the way, that you give both of our runners a follow. All right, let me see if I can get Kipp and Freyas in for an interview quick. Even better, we get to listen to the sick GT boss music while we wait. Oh, I guess I... Hey, is that Kipp? Hey, Kipp, GG.
Can you hear me? Rumble?
Yeah, you sound good. Congrats.
Unfortunately, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll need to check something real quick.
we have Kipp, but he, as you heard, likely couldn't hear me. Hey, Freyas, welcome.
Hello.
GG on that run. That was a super tough row. I'm actually really impressed with both of your routes and the times that both of you put up. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, so as we were staring at the card before the race, we knew that Kipp was gonna. We knew that it was almost certain that Kipp was gonna give us row 3. So we just spent the time staring at what would pair well with row 3, rather than trying to figure out what row to give Kipp.
Yeah, it was. There was not a lot of great options. I thought maybe column 3 might be in the running, but looks like you both chose to pair column 1 with row 3, which I thought was another good choice that went very well with it.
Yeah, column 3 and bottom left, top right were both absolutely in the running, and we decided against bottom left, top right just because high jump is such a comfort item. But that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, I think especially since you did the you did the double Norfair dip. Kipp went into Norfair, went down and got screw attack, and then went up to wreck ship, saving that last trip down from Draygon down to lower Norfair.
Yeah, we definitely. Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
We definitely considered that route. We decided against it because the high jump, the lava dive, is more likely to kill us than anything else, and doing the double Norfair visit is just significantly comfortable.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely a good call. Like, I think a lot of people focus so much on doing the absolute optimal route, and then you end up, because you're not comfortable with it, doing it slower or dying versus just, the beginning of your route was basically any percent, old route any percent, which is very comfortable for most people. And you just kind of focus on that and then pick up a lot of extra missiles, and you end up with a really good time that I think beats a lot of runners in the tournament. Unfortunately, Kipp pushed for the little bit more optimal route, more dangerous route, and also has fantastic movement, which is tough to beat.
Yeah, we don't even know that that single Norfair visit is more optimal. It might be a little bit faster. It probably is a little bit faster, but we don't think it would be any faster with our skill level. And our comfort.
I think that's a good good knowledge to have, right? Like the fastest route for Zost is definitely not the fastest route for me, and make sure you're doing the fastest route for you. It gives you the best chance to win for sure.
Yeah, we think that bottom left, top right is another one which would have been faster for Zost, but probably wouldn't have been faster for us.
Yeah, and Kipp, is your audio working now?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, GG, Freyas.
GG. That was a really nice race.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened because I'm not ever in the commentary stream. Like, I don't listen to it when I'm running, so I don't really know what happened. What did you end up pairing with yours?
We chose column 1. We considered bottom left, top right, but high jump is a huge comfort item. And then we also considered column 3, and we don't know if that would have been better.
Yeah, I did column 1 too. There were a few other options that I considered along the way, but a few of them would have been kind of cosmic brain or like way more risk than I wanted to take. So I felt like column 1 was a pretty solid one. And then took a few safeties along the way, but turned out okay. I feel pretty good about it. Looks like you ran a really good time too. Can I just, for 1 second, I try not to complain too often, but can I just complain for like 1 second? Like, why do I always get these super long, like hard, or just like super long, huge collection cards? Can somebody please give me a card that like doesn't make me run around for 45 minutes, please?
Part of the reason why you get so much collection is that if you're up against Zost, you don't make Zost kill a boss because he's just going to kill the boss really easily. You make Zost run around and collect a bunch of missiles and power bombs.
Right, yeah. That 125 missiles was tough.
Yeah, you're very, very good at that. So
well, thank you.
We would definitely bias towards sending you collection.
Yeah, it looked like you and I basically had the same idea. There were actually a lot of options I considered. Anytime in a dab where you go down to Ridley, it's always a little bit awkward because you don't typically have the same type of items you would in a normal like any percent run or something like that when you get there.
Yeah,
So I considered doing some of that, but the 125 missile collection plus the wreck ship reserve with Draygon was just, I think, too good to pass up. So I think we both had the same idea.
yeah. The major routing difference is that you did a lava dive, and we went down and we finished at GT.
Oh, okay, nice. I don't actually know if what I did was the right decision or not. Like I went up early to the red tower to get the power bombs, and then I went back down. There were a few reasons that I did that, but I don't know if it was the right call in the long run. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It's like you would really have to run it multiple times to see what's fastest, but generally speaking, I feel pretty good about my performance. I played pretty solid. I didn't have any huge mistakes and was never, really in significant jeopardy of dying or anything. I took a save before Lower Norfair just to make sure, because I only had 5 supers at that point. And I didn't want to accidentally miss Green Gate glitch and have to start over. So, but otherwise, I thought I played pretty good. Rumble, what'd you notice? What did it look like from your perspective?
Yeah, so we had the exact.
Sorry, go ahead.
We had the exact same thought about whether it'd be faster to do a single or double Norfair visit, and we decided that because we weren't sure, we would go for the one that's less likely to kill us.
Yeah, and I think that's a good a good strategy generally. Kipp, I really liked your routing because it did something. Like, one thing that surprised me was you avoided most of Brinstar cleanup, right? You did one Brinstar visit, you went and grabbed criteria PBs, and that was really your only backtrack to go back and get that. I think the only other difference that I called out that I saw is I think there was probably a few more efficient missiles to get than what you picked up. But none of them were super far out of the way, right? We're talking like, oh, you could have saved a couple door transitions, or you could have gotten this one there instead of that one.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be honest. I was doing that on the fly. I've done several dabs, but I've never done a 125 missile one, so I have no idea. And I guess it depends too on what the other things you have to do. Which ones you get, but I basically just kind of ran hundo and then added in a few along the way. Like I went ahead and did Bubble Mountain early. But I did grab the extra reserve tank up there at Norfair just because I knew I'd be lava diving and I couldn't remember how much damage it took. And since I was literally already standing there, I just went ahead and grabbed it and filled it up. But I'm going to have to take a look and see what I would do instead. There were definitely some missiles I could have picked up in Meridia instead of some of the Norfair ones. That would have been quicker. But I kind of, on the fly, would rather be safe than sorry, if that makes sense. You don't want to be in a spot where you're like having to massively backtrack to get something.
Yeah, the worst feeling is being at Draygon, picking up precious missiles and realizing you have 120, and you're like, oh crap.
Right, exactly. So I protected against that the best I could. Once I got to bowling, though, and got the missiles right before the wreck ship reserve, I think I was at like 110 or 105 or something, and I knew for sure that I was going to be fine. So I didn't pick up any. I didn't pick up the ocean missiles, and I could, technically I could have grabbed the beach missiles. Those would have been faster than some of the other ones I picked up. But you live and learn.
Yeah, and obviously playing it safe, making sure you get enough, right, is more important than saving 7 seconds on a couple door transitions or whatever, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, whatever.
For sure. But yeah, GG to Freyas. It was a great race. That was the first race that either one of us, I think, had been able to do in about a month, just because of a bunch of scheduling conflicts and people unfortunately dropping out of the tournament. So obviously both of us are still in it, which is exciting. And I think Sloters is next for me. Is that right?
That's right. You'll be matched up with Sloters in the final 4 of the winners bracket. I'll be matching up with Derp on the bottom half of the winners bracket, and then Freyas gets you'll get a second chance in the lower bracket. So I expect some more good matches down there. Tournament's really starting to heat up and wrap up. The matches that are coming up are getting really insane. So make sure you all check out the schedule. Actually, I should see if there's any more matches coming up.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Freyas.
Looks like we get the winner of Woody versus Farrell.
Oh, that'll be a good one too. Let me just say real quick for anybody out there who's listening, okay? Sloters and I have been talking about running against each other in one of these tournaments, other than the multi-category tournament. Like we were supposed to play each other, or we were trying to play each other in the rando tournament. And I'm gonna call him out real quick. Let's get some good rivalry going. I was waiting on him. He lost. Okay, so come on, Sloters. And then later in the any percent tournament, I was waiting on him to win, and he lost again. So we haven't had our match yet. So we finally get to have our match. This is like the most excited I've been for a tournament match in a while. So this should be a lot of fun. Sloters is definitely in my opinion, sorry if I offend anybody else, but I think Sloters is the most balanced and best player overall in this tournament. And I think he's shown that with his performances so far. So I'm exceptionally excited. Like I love playing against the best player in the tournament. So this will be fun.
Yeah, I honestly think this could be a preview of the finals. I could see whichever one of you two loses that match coming back up to the finals as well. So definitely check out whenever you guys schedule that match. It should be really hype.
Well, hey, thank you, Rumble, so much for doing the commentary. That's, I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Freyas, GG, and good luck with your future matches. And, you never know. Maybe any of us, the three of us, will face each other down the line.
I'm looking forward to it. Freyas, any other last thoughts or comments?
Nope, we're super happy with our routing. The only thing that we could have done differently is slightly more optimal missile collection. And remembering to get crab supers, so we didn't have to get GT supers at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. I agree. I think you guys both had really great routes. Well, make sure you all follow these runners. A lot of fantastic content. Thank you all for the GGs. I'm going to sign off here. We'll see you next time, and make sure, remember, always be the human that your dog thinks you are. I will see you all later.